Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm doing a special video that I've wanted to do for about, we wanted to do it for about a month now. We finally found the time. We are going to be ranking all the characters from Fargo, the FX show, plus the movie, the original film. We just finished this show recently, and we both really like it. So, and there's just a whole bucket of, whole barrel of good, memorable characters. So in this video, we're trying to figure them out in a classic tier list. If you don't know how tier lists work, I guess you've been living under a rock. S is the best, F is the worst, and you can pretty much figure it out from there. Any thoughts there?
Nothing. I'm looking forward to this cast. Does it show each person's name as you go over it? Or is it just based off our memory and the pictures? Well, no, I'm just looking forward to it, seeing a lot of familiar faces.
Well, should be a good time. And you can see here I've got the tier list pulled up here. You can see all the nice characters. This will be we're gonna do full spoilers, so stop the video and watch the movie plus all 5 seasons if you're a fan before you continue.
Watch the movie, then the 5 seasons, but please, please, please watch this video after.
Yes, whatever you do. Even if you have no interest in the show, just watch all of it just so you can watch this video. Or really, you could just watch this video if you don't care. Whatever you do, watch the video. Alright, well, I'd say we just go from whatever order it has it listed in here. It seems pretty random, so we can
very random.
just kind of go through it as we go through it.
All right, well, we'll start off with Season 1, Molly Solverson.
Here we got Molly Solverson, classic main character from Season 1. Now, I'm going to put her at A. That's my initial jump. Great main character, very righteous, very smart.
I'd definitely say A bordering S.
Yeah.
Just considering where we're going, it's hard to put her in S.
Yeah. You know, I kind of have S for them. Just the best villains, honestly. I don't know if I have any protagonists in mind. I'm not sure. Very few S.
Next is one of the grunt men from Season 2. Don't know his name.
Don't remember his name. He had a memorable death. Wasn't that significant of a character, but definitely had a good death at the end. I'm gonna pass this back and forth here. Yeah. Any thoughts on this character?
Nothing. I thought he looked a little goofy at first, but I thought he really played out well and was a fun person to interact with. I liked how scared he was of Dodd.
He was pretty entertaining, fun character.
By Dodd and Bear, and he was intimidating. He was around a lot of intimidating people.
Yep. And then of course Mike Milligan showed one act of generosity and then one of wrath, or what was it?
I don't remember at all.
But because of that, he ended up dying. Got shot. Pretty brutal. I'm putting him in C, first gut jump, or maybe D. He's not very significant, but he is I'd say he's a pretty entertaining character, definitely memorable. Yeah, his death was pretty memorable.
I would say C, even though he's not like a super fascinating character, he was a good character.
Yeah. Don't even really remember his name, but he was cool. Next we have what's her name? See, Gloria Burgles. This is her stepdad. I want to say like D, honestly. He was in one episode.
Yeah, he died in the first episode.
Yeah, I'd say he was pretty well characterized already just in that episode, but death wasn't that memorable. We don't really know too much about him. And didn't have that much screen time. He was kind of just the object of the inciting incident. He was like just kind of a plot device almost. And then they did go back and learn more about him. I mean, he did get more characterization with that I Can Help story, but honestly, that was probably my least favorite least favorite episode of the series. That one where she goes back to L.A. and meets Mac from Always Sunny. Just didn't really contribute much to the plot, in my opinion. Although I don't know if I missed anything from the artistic merits of it or had some deep symbolic meaning. I just wasn't too into it, that specific episode. And I think you liked season 3 a little less than me, but also Gloria's not that great of a character. But we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, he was just a very minor character that served as a major plot device, so it was hard to attribute too much to him because he was so short-lived. I think D's fair.
Yeah.
Oh man! Oh, this is huge.
Peggy, what's her last name? Anyway, great character.
Peggy and oh boy, Peggy and
Blomquist. Yeah. I don't know. Kind of feel like S, but I'll probably say A. But
I would be inclined to say an S tier character. She was just absolutely fascinating to watch. Yeah.
I'll go for the S.
She was horrendous and awesome and a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Love when she's hallucinating in the basement. And Dot's like, this bitch has been talking crazy all day. Whatever.
Yeah, after stabbing him.
Yeah. Right. No, that was before she stabbed him. That was just after he tased her. Then they got him to the cabin and stabbed her. Yeah, the whole 9th episode is all... She's a star of the show for sure. That episode, very entertaining stuff. She just casually stabs him twice.
Yeah.
For having poor manners. Yeah, Peggy's a good character.
She really tried to take hold of fate and manifest her inner self.
She just wanted to self-actualize.
Yeah,
I mean, who can blame her?
All she wanted to do was self-actualize, and some people would say she did.
We've definitely got to hold it way closer to our mouth.
Okay.
Just have to track that. See, that's our black bar.
Have to hit like 45.
Sure, yeah, around 45. Next we have, I believe this is Ray's wife, I think.
Ray Stussy?
Yeah, Ray Stussy's wife. Honestly, not very interesting, pretty forgettable. I don't know, D or F, honestly, first reaction. Not much to say about her. She got manipulated by Nikki. So, poor her, but really, I don't really care about her.
Yeah, I mean, she was a loving wife, and then she was a tricked wife, made to believe that her husband had cheated on her, and just not a very deep character whatsoever. Like, there was nothing that we were really exploring with her, so I'm very good with D or F tier.
Okay. I'll put her in D for now. I'll put her under it, and of course, the ranking within the tiers is left to right is best to worst. But anyway, next we have one of the most iconic characters from the show, Lorne Malvo, and I think automatically we'll put him in S.
Yeah, he's an easy S tier.
Above Peggy.
Easy
I mean,
S-tier.
just he commands the screen when he's on whatever scene he's in. You know, just the way he plays with people and immediately like just scares them. I like that scene where he's in the post office and he just like threatens that guy for no reason. Yeah, Billy Bobby Thornton played him really well. Billy Bob Thornton, right?
Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah, he is just the main character of season 1. He's so enjoyable to watch. He is an act of mischief. In the words of Lorne Malvo himself, I'm a rascal. He
I don't remember saying him that.
He did. He did say that. It was along the lines of, "What can I say? I'm a rascal." Some people have theorized that he is an actual devil or a demon that is just wreaking havoc and causing people to make the worst decisions in terms of how it affects the people around them. He's like the devil on people's shoulder, and he just makes a beautiful mess of everything, and I love to see it happen. Yeah, Billy Bob Thornton really killed it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, keeps all his tapes of his victims and likes to play them back. S tier for sure. First place so far.
Big time.
Next we have Dennis. I forget his actual name, but Glenn Howerton's character. I'm gonna put him in C. Similar energy for these guys for sure. Pretty dumb and douchey.
I disagree.
I'd put him over this guy. Much more memorable. Maybe that's just because we also like Always Sunny and recognize him. But I think he definitely had more screen time too. He played into the plot a lot more. Definitely got a very undeserved death overall. He was a pretty big dummy, but I probably don't think he deserved what he got. You say you disagree.
Yeah, I definitely do disagree. I do think he got what he deserved. He had a very fantastic death. But he was just an enjoyable person to watch, even though he was a bit of a bumbling idiot stumbling into an interaction with Lorne Malvo. He was just like it was interesting to watch how dumb he was and how he obviously fell for a lot of Lorne's more mischievous acts.
Mm-hmm.
I would place him in B tier.
B tier?
Yeah, just as a character, I thought he was just super interesting.
Okay, I'll put him in B tier.
I think he's in a different grade than whoever C was.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Next we have the big boss, whose name I forget.
What even season was that?
It's season 4. This is Josto's boss, who has him executed at the end there. And then he just says "fuck you" to Loy and says, "I'm the boss still. You're lucky I'm even cutting you in." Not sure. I would say C maybe.
Yeah,
not too.
Seems like a C tier.
I mean, I don't know. Some of the gangsters in season 4 weren't that cool, honestly. But he definitely had some big balls. Definitely was a good boss. But I don't know.
Just didn't
a lot of
see
season
much of
4s. Yeah.
He was majorly a backup character.
Yeah. I liked how he took down Just at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess I'll put him over this guy.
I concur.
Definitely had a bigger role for sure. Next we have.
Oh boy.
The guy that Lester totally ruined his life. I forget his name, but definitely this guy did not deserve what he got.
I'm totally struggling.
Hopefully, it's the guy that Lester framed, his brother.
Oh, that's well, that's not even 100. Oh, you said that Lester framed, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, Lester just completely destroyed his own. Was it brother-in-law or just his? It was just his brother.
Yeah, biological brother.
Yeah, it was just completely savage. Just completely destroyed his life and framed him for the wife, for the murder of his wife.
Yeah. I don't know. Just in terms of his plot line, I'd put him at C, because definitely very memorable what happened to him. I was like, man,
he's a
that guy
did
not deserve what he got.
Well, he just, I don't know.
His character itself wasn't that significant. Didn't have that much of a role.
That guy, but
I'd place him below this guy.
I would.
Let's see overall. He was more memorable. I'm not sure. I don't know how we divvy it up if we disagree. Somewhere between here and there. Next we have Gloria's boss, the new chief. I don't know. They have some tiffs for sure. I don't know. Don't really care about this guy though. Thoughts, Ben?
Yeah. It's a pretty common reoccurrence that the chiefs are stupid. I know season 1, season 3. Anything else really? I thought it was.
all the chiefs at the end of season 2, they all got killed because of their incompetence and arrogance.
Obviously the Solversons, or that wasn't even his last name, was it? No, it was. What's his name?
They were trying to protect Ed and the big. They were like playing cards, remember? Before they all got killed in season 2, at the Sioux Falls massacre.
Well, altogether, I would rate most of those higher order chiefs quite lowly. I'd say he's a D character to me.
Yeah, I'm good with D. That's what I kind of had in mind. I'll probably put him highest on D for now. Definitely had the biggest role. Yeah, I enjoyed how he kind of clashed with Gloria. Sometimes it seemed like, well, at least for the, progressing and going into technology, I was on his side, but obviously he was in the wrong, considering the case itself. Next we have this guy, Sam, I think, or something. Lester's bully, the man that drove Lester to the edge. Complete asshole. But pretty good character. Definitely memorable. The one episode he was in.
Yeah, he was just father of the asshole family. The wife, father, and two sons were all just unbearable. And thankfully, Lorne Malvo stepped into Lester's life and created a little chaos.
You gotta hold it way closer. You gotta hold it like this. Hold it like this. Put it in my mouth.
Yeah, I'm inclined to put him in the C tier. I thought that him and his idiot family were all quite fun to watch, but not necessarily super interesting multi-dimensional characters.
Mm-hmm. Good clowns. I'll put him there.
Just mean clowns. I think anybody that's D tier and below, we can move quite quickly over because we've got a long ways to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Next we have the Russian guy, VM's henchman, one of his guys. I
remember the Asian guy much better.
Yeah, I just remember his one scene when he was in the library. I'll put him in D probably. I'd probably say both of his guys were D. I don't know.
Yeah.
Put him there. I liked their hunt, his last episode, I think, when they were chasing him in the forest. Him and Nikki and Mr. Wrench. Next we have the original wife from the film, the original kidnappee. I don't know. I'd also put her in D, probably. Didn't have many lines, didn't really have much of a character. Kind of just was the plot device, I guess. I liked when she ran out and tried to escape and then ran into the tree, right, or whatever.
Yeah, for that reason, and just because I thought she was sort of interesting to see with the kidnappers, I might put her in the bottom of C or closer to the top of D.
Top of D. I'll put her there. Is that fine?
Yeah. Oh, I'm good with that.
Okay.
Very excited to introduce our next nihilist. I'm sure she's known for other stuff as well, but that's probably the most famous. She likes to read, I can't remember, like Friedrich Nietzsche or something. And just nihilistic philosophy, we're all going to die, and so everything is meaningless. And that is her current mindset. And you may take offense at this statement, but I personally find that to be a little bit almost of an adolescent thought style. Like if we all behave that way, then the world's just going to come to nothing, which they may say doesn't matter.
I think that was also part of her arc too, and once she talked to Betsy, she realized that she's probably wrong, and Betsy told her, "You try having a 6-year-old hug you like that, and you tell me that same thing." And ultimately, she was the reason she took care of Betsy and Molly while Lou was out, and I'm gonna put her in B. I think she's a great character.
No, I forgot about all that as well. I would definitely say she's a B character. She was great.
I'll put her in the top of B. I like Noreen's character.
We just bumped up, not Monk, not Moses. Who's the next guy? I'm trying to remember his name. Rabbi.
You bumped up Rabbi?
Yeah, he was lower down, and then you clicked and dragged him up.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go jump right on and say Rabbi's A. I think he was a big highlight of season 4. Very great character. You really felt for him. I really loved his relationship with Mike Milligan, and his backstory too. I thought he was really well fleshed out, good actor. Liked his episode, especially his main episode with the black and white and everything. That was a good one. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'd put him even over Molly, but I'll keep him there. Molly's the OG.
Yeah, I don't know. It is hard to say because Molly's the OG.
Yeah.
But I agree, definitely an A-tier character. He definitely stood out from the very beginning. He was one of the absolute favorites on screen for season 4.
Yep. Now we have this guy. I forget his name. He was one of Lloyd's buddies that he called in late in the game. But don't really have anything to say about him, honestly.
Was he the traitor?
I don't even remember. I remember he had his underling had pictures of people on him.
Yeah.
But that's all I remember.
I think he did betray Lloyd.
I don't remember. I'm gonna put him in F. I'm gonna say he's the least memorable character so far. And if he did betray Lloyd, then that means he's just a snake. I'm fine with F.
Well, at least go ahead and throw him in D somewhere.
Okay, I'll put him in D.
He played a fairly big role in season 4.
I honestly don't remember him at all. Don't remember that betrayal or anything. Gotta put somebody in F eventually, though. I mean, one of these characters. We'll see. Let's see. This is the guy that was in the bowling alley. The stranger character. Definitely interesting, but kind of is I don't know, just seems like a kind of a tonal departure as well, because most of it is grounded in reality, and what did that mean?
And was this season?
It was a season 3 when Nikki was talking to him, and he gave the cat. He gave the cat to her, and I think he ended up killing this guy somehow or something. Didn't exactly catch all that. I don't know. I'll put him low C, mid D. I don't know.
Low C.
Yeah.
Bottom of C, I think, is totally fair.
Yeah. He was based on the Stranger from the Big Lebowski, so I really like the Stranger. So that gives him points. Let's see. I forgot her name, but that is the Dodd. That's Dodd's daughter.
Dodd's daughter.
Definitely good character. Had a good storyline for double crossing and everything with Mike. Let's see. I don't know. Low B.
Yeah, I'd put her in B for sure. So she is the daughter of one of the biggest members of the Gerhardt family, which makes her, an asset in the criminal organization. She is discovered to be imparting information to the enemy, to the Kansas City mafia, so to speak. And so she had just this absolutely chilling death scene with Danny Boy playing, and it was very nice. I thought her acting was just incredible. I'm trying to think in B tier. I think she's fit for bottom of B tier. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, especially out of the 3 we have, put her lower. She was pretty dumb. I don't think she knew what she was doing at all. She just wanted some good Mike dick and wanted to put her thumb up his booty.
Yeah, she did drugs, and she did not realize the importance of her position and her relationship with the Gerhardt family, and so she shared what she thought was just nothing information, and it ended up getting a lot of people killed, so that was bad.
Thought she was just playing games, but Unk had to take her out at the end. Bear. We have Ethelrita's dad. This guy's an idiot. got his family into a horrible situation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him at D. Wasn't that good of a character. He's also a buffoon. I'll put him here, above Ray's wife, or Emmett's wife. Called her Ray's wife before as well. It's just that they're twins, so I get confused.
Yeah, you're totally right.
Emmett and Ray.
Ray was not the one that was married. I don't know. I would probably be inclined to put him up closer to the higher half of D. I thought he certainly was a buffoon, but he was critical to a lot of the points. I think he was a coward, and actually, now the more that I speak about it, the more I say about it, I think you're right. He just was not that important.
And he was just holding that pie for the whole time. What an asshole. Put the fucking pie down. What an idiot. I'll put him one higher.
Nice.
One higher.
I'm content.
Let's see. That's Mike's boss. Don't remember really anything much about this guy.
I remember him giving a whole big spiel about how the real money making is not out busting heads or doing anything really. It was about like cold calls. No, it was about like, his point was that office work is where the real money is made, which majorly set up season 3 with Varga as the villain, who is all business.
Business.
Always business.
Right. We should also do a Wired tier list. Lots of characters and lots of different shows. I don't know. I'll put this guy in D2. He was just Mike's. He was just there as surrounding Mike, orbiting Mike. But yeah, it was a good ending. I mean, pretty dour for Mike himself, but pretty funny to see him just, the implication is we never see him after that, and he seems like he's going to be a pencil pusher for the rest of his days, and I don't think that's what he wants. Let's see, this is Otto, right?
Yep.
Definitely cool. Even though he didn't say anything hardly, he definitely had a presence to him when he was on screen.
And especially if we don't just rate the actor, but the character, we saw him when he was quite a bit younger, having his child's son assist him with a movie theater murder, where he kept himself clean and free of weapons for a discussion, and he pretended like he was just an innocent guy taking his son to the movies. And had his son sneakily murder the opponent's, the enemy's boss. It was quite the scene. So just for that reason, I might put him closer to C tier.
C tier, yeah. I was saying either C or B in my head. Trying to figure out, because he also looks like the dad from the movie, and I'm not even sure whether or not it's him or Otto.
If it is Otto, I'd say top of C.
Trying to see.
Oh
yeah, this is Otto.
That's not even Otto.
Yeah,
so
that was right. Okay, so here's Otto. So ignore that we were pointing to this guy who is from the movie. This is Otto himself.
Top of C, bottom of B for me.
I'll say top of C. He seemed really cool, but we just didn't get to see enough of him.
Oh man, that totally is the dad from the movie.
Okay,
Oh.
So now the dad from the movie. I thought he was also cool. Sad when he died. Much more competent than Jerry was. This character, though, I also feel like putting him in C. Maybe B, but I feel like I'd put Otto higher than him for sure. Yeah. I was just very sad when he died.
Oh, man, I don't even. Definitely below here.
Below this guy?
Yes, but I'm not sure after that how far I'd go. Because he was a good character. He just wasn't like. I don't think he was memorable or great.
Yeah. I think his death was very memorable. I thought it was very sad. I was like, man, just wanted his daughter back. We have Dr. Senator.
Yep, Dr. Senator.
Mayor Royce from The Wire. I thought he was a cool character. Died halfway through. He did the major death, kind of, for Loy's team. Very, very pissed off Loy a lot. Also leaning towards C for him. Maybe a higher C, close to B.
I agree, higher C, close to B. He was definitely an orator. He was known for being able to speak very well. That's why they made him the negotiator with the Italians.
And you can see him and his friend right here. They respected each other. I liked I like their relationship in that season.
Yeah, Dr. Senator's death really was a sad thing because it just showed like a major lack of respect and civility with Gaetano's almost uprising against Josto. Yep. All right, season 4. We've got the Mormon officer.
One of my favorite cops in the series, Deffy.
Deffy, that's right.
Put him highest at B right now. I really like Deffy a lot. I almost put him at A, but except we didn't get to see enough of him. I think died too early.
They really toyed with it. I thought he was gonna do all sorts of great things, but he ended up just being almost sort of a plot device for the other officer that killed him. And I think he played excellently in that role. I thought he was so much fun to have on screen. I thought him in Lloyd Cannon's house was so unbelievably tense and exciting to watch. But we lost him a bit early, so it's hard to put him any higher than top of B tier, but I agree with you there.
Yeah, I really liked his presence, how I liked his confidence. He wasn't afraid of anybody. Good character. Yeah, and like you said, I liked when he told Loy what's what and said, "Yeah, you're a piece of shit and a hypocrite, just so you know." Next we have Bruce Campbell's Ronald Reagan character. He was in one episode,
Yeah, he was
pretty
in,
much
like,
one or two scene. Hard to rate him. He's a real person. One of our former presidents.
Bottom of C tier,
but
bottom of D tier.
I love that it's Bruce Campbell. I like the actor. But
I'd put him bottom of C or I don't know,
sure.
for his short role.
I thought it was funny, the satire. He's like,
it was funny. The satire was funny.
Yeah.
He was just so
I'll put him above Lester's brother.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, Bob Odenkirk's character. I really liked him. And again, maybe it's because just, how much we love Better Call Saul and Bob Odenkirk.
But,
I'd put him in B probably, even though he was an idiot.
Really?
I liked his redemption. He came around at the end, and ultimately he wasn't a bad guy. He was just kind of dumb, and he wasn't built for the life. And I liked how he admitted that at the end. He said, "Yeah, I shouldn't be chief."
I think even with
I'm gonna put him in B. I'm gonna put him right there, honestly.
Yeah.
First reaction.
I would advise putting him at the bottom of B. Like, I had a hard time even putting him above Otto.
But she's really annoying, though. I like him a
She
lot
is
more
annoying,
than her.
but I loved her. I thought she was really good.
You put him above Otto, you said, or below Otto?
I said I was having a hard time putting him above Otto, but I do think with his redemption arc, he's earned his way into B tier. But I would put him at the bottom. But it's your call from there.
Okay. It's hard for me to put him under her. Put him under.
Put her one above.
Put him under Dennis. Guess we have the Kitchen Brothers as one entity.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to split him up into two.
Yeah, they're the same guy.
They have.
Even though one died pretty early on in the season.
Did either of them ever speak? I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Don't think so. If they did, it was like one line probably, similar to the Salamanca twins from. It's just kind of a little cartoony, a little out there. But a lot of Fargo was definitely heightened reality. Sometimes it's nice to just have the strong, silent, double sidekicks.
Yeah, I totally agree. I thought the Kitchen Brothers were so much fun to watch interact with Lou and who was the
Hank?
Lou and Hank.
Ted Danson's
character? Yeah, I can never remember the character names, but I thought that they were just a lot of fun. Even though Mike Milligan was definitely like the most exciting of the group, they would have been nothing at all without him. That he quite literally gave them a voice, and a very pretty one at that. And for that, I feel like I might even rate them a little lower. I don't know. But they were fun to watch, fun to have on screen, even if they didn't talk.
Yeah, they're hardly a character.
Yeah.
I'd have to put them in C, maximum.
I mean, if we just think about how much fun they were to have on screen compared to like these guys, I feel like higher. Like
I honestly didn't even really notice them. It was just like decoration, honestly.
Really?
I didn't really care for the Kitchen Brothers too much. Maybe I'd put them here.
Yeah, I guess I'd be okay with.
But
I think that's a good place for them for me.
Cool.
I don't even recognize this guy.
This is Mr. Wrench's friend.
Oh.
The original. The OG from season 1. Yeah, definitely out of the two. I mean, obviously Mr. Wrench is more memorable. He was in season 3 as well, so he's a lot cooler. And this guy ended up dying, but I thought it was pretty cool too. I liked the relationship that they had. Cool how they worked together. It's implied they have known each other for a long time. They really connect and just understand each other. Obviously, he can sign with them even though he's not deaf.
It's interesting that we should have him after the Kitchen Brothers. Or I guess it would have been more interesting to have Mr. Wrench after the Kitchen Brothers. But I think similar to the relationship in Season 2 of Mike Milligan and the Kitchen Brothers, in Season 1, this guy and Mr. Wrench, Mr. Numbers and Mr. Wrench. So I thought Mr. Numbers kind of brought meaning to their relationship and their presence on screen because he was the orator. Because Mr. Wrench would only sign, which did give him a lot more of a personality than the Kitchen Brothers. That's all to say. I don't know.
I'm going to put him, because I already have Mr. Wrench in my mind at B. So
really, Mr. Wrench is B?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I'm going to put him top of C right now.
Maybe Mr. Wrench might be low A for me. You say top of C? I'm good with that.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say S right now.
Lester Nygaard, he's a bottom of S tier character for me.
Complete piece of shit.
Yeah,
he's worse than Warren in a way.
Yeah, he's just a garbage individual, just like a rat. Yeah, that's okay. He's just like a little rat who just lies and connives to get out of his situation, and he makes everything worse for every single person around him. And fortunately, he dies one of the worst deaths imaginable. So,
yep. Especially if, I don't know. I was gonna say if he had a fear of drowning, but I think everyone does. Yeah. It's funny how the best ones we don't have much to say, but then the lower ones we have more because we're discussing them more to figure out more. But yeah, I mean. But at least two great iconic dichotomy, I guess. I don't know if that's right. They're not really a dichotomy. But great how he Lorne yanks him into the life and manipulates him. We see Lester's descent and everything. All right, Ben had to throw up there. But we're back. Let's see. Our next character is Ray Stussy, one of the main characters from Season 3, of course. Had a very unexpected death for me. I was very shocked when he died.
Yeah.
I can say that. It was cool, kind of bit of a dummy. I feel like it was just a simp to Nikki the whole time, and Nikki turned out to be the main character, not him.
I agree. It definitely appeared as though he was the main character for quite some time and turned out not to be. And I loved the dynamic between him and Nikki because I think during the entire first half of the show, I was entirely convinced that she did not love him, that she was using him, and Kevin was convinced somewhat of the other way. But it was just really fun to see what happened with them after his death and potential reincarnation.
Right, yeah, he turned into a kitten apparently. Again, I didn't get that at all, but I'm gonna say B. I mean, I feel like I can't put him in C. It's too.
No, there's no way I could put him in C.
Let's say maybe.
Yeah, I'd put him there. You can put him higher if you want.
I'd put him under Duffy.
Okay.
Yeah, he was cool. Good first episode. with him. I think next is this is one of the little shithead kids from season 1, right? This guy's sons, one of his sons.
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it's gotta be. Is that, or is that the son from the movie?
I don't think it's the son from the movie.
No, I don't think so.
The son from the movie was younger.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, these are both his. These are two of his two sons, right? These two.
Do you remember his name?
Who?
His dad?
No, I don't. But anyway, if these are his two sons, I'm gonna just put them as one entity, and honestly, I'll put them in D, I guess. Not much characterization. But they were pretty fun. You see them in the background. They shot his brother in the ass. That was
those two characters.
one funny scene.
They both just play jackass, really. One brother shoots the other in the butt with an arrow. Yeah, I think Kevin was just saying that. But they're just goofy little members of the asshole family.
Yeah, I'll put them both. Guess I'll put them above this guy. I guess these are the least memorable in the whole show so far, I think.
I can't believe Dr. Senator's in last place. That feels wrong.
That's not Dr. Senator.
Well, oh,
you.
Well, he's in the last. He's forgettable. Okay, never mind.
This is Dr. Senator.
Yep,
he's high
Dr.
C.
Senator.
Let's see. Who the hell is this?
I think that's their mom.
That's their mom. No, that's not. I know. I know her from something else. I reckon it. This is her mom. That's her.
Oh, yeah.
I have no clue who that is. I actually have no earthly idea who that could possibly be.
Bottom of the list, I guess.
So I guess we'll put her in F.
She's in it.
If it comes to us, I mean, I literally have no clue who that. And if she is part of the show, that really says something, I guess. Don't have any clue who that is.
Are you what? Oh, are you still on?
Yeah, I'm still talking about her. Of course I know who Ethelrita Pearl Smutney is.
Well, Ethelrita Pearl Smutney is one of the best characters. I'd say maybe A tier. She's just a very, very intelligent young woman. Very impressive.
Yeah.
She
drove
everybody crazy. She drove everybody around her crazy. Her teachers, her classmates, her mother. But she was just an absolute boss, and her family would not be okay were it not for her.
True that. Yeah, I loved her eneminess with Orietta as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very dynamic.
That was huge.
Let's see. Cy Feltz from season 3. Honestly, I thought he was more entertaining than Emmett. I thought he was great character.
Agree. I absolutely agree.
Yeah, I really liked him. I'm gonna put him in A, honestly, because I don't know. I'd put him
above Deafy.
I'd put him in A. I'd put him in A.
I'd put him in bottom of
maybe
top of B.
Okay. Put him there. Yeah, I'll put him above Deafy. I don't know where I'll put Emmett. I don't know. I'll have to see.
All right, the supermarket king of something.
Of something, aka Cicero from The Bear, aka whatever else he's been in, but yeah. I don't know.
Famous actor.
Actors acting things.
Actors really do be acting.
Yeah, he had a cool storyline. I liked how much Lorne fucked with him. Really ruined his life.
Yeah, Lorne Malvo, that good old rascal. He's an S tier for a good reason. He slipped this man some sort of hallucinogen, or he slipped him
on
Adderall.
For like
yeah, he just continued slipping Adderall to him for weeks at a time as he drove him completely mad and convinced him that God was angry with him through all sorts of various shenanigans. I was going to say shenanigans, but biblical pranks is a great way to phrase it. As the subject of Lorne Malvo's torment, I don't know, I'd place him pretty higher. I'd say he's a B tier character. Absolutely.
B?
I'd say he's absolutely a B tier character for me.
I'll put him low B. Yeah. Also, I really liked. Of course, that was the first tie-in, first connection. You see, he's the one that found
Oh yeah, connects it to the movie.
The
He
ice
found
pick,
the
or whatever you
ice
call it, the scraper.
ice scraper from
Like Steve
season
Buscemi,
from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
What a fun show! All seasons connect in an interesting way.
Except season 5.
Except season 5.
As far as we know.
Maybe.
Now we got this fucking asshole. Honestly, I'll put him an F. He's so annoying. I hated how he talked. Why was he talking like that?
Yeah, just a
Bro,
piece
you
of
live in
garbage.
The Midwest. Why are you acting like you're an aristocrat?
Just considers himself to be of the absolute highest class of society. Just a garbage individual.
Yeah, that too, but also he just talked like a frickin' prick. That was what I hated.
Yeah, I guess we don't have to have
he
F
ate
tier.
that macaroni. He's like,
Like, sure, he was a doctor. He was an important guy, but he thought he was way more important than anyone ought to be.
Plus, he was racist in the first.
Yeah, and he was racist towards Italians.
Mm-hmm.
F tier doesn't just have to be for forgettable. It could also just be for the worst of people.
Yeah, I hate that guy. Either completely don't know who this is at all, or just hate him.
Yeah, I think it's best to place people who are completely forgettable over people who are hateable. That makes sense to me. All right, the dirty officer from season 4.
I think we might have conflicting opinions because I really liked this guy overall. He was a piece of shit, but I really liked, especially his end when you saw him like he's imagining his girlfriend or his wife like singing to him, and he was on her lap. I was like, wow, that's very sad. Really, that was the stem of it. The man just wants to kill himself and does not want to be alive. Ever since his wife died, and yeah, felt pretty bad for him, even though he was a complete traitor and spineless coward.
He was those things. He was a spineless coward and a traitor for sure, but I thought he was lovely on screen. His neurotics made him so quirky. He was just really fun to watch. I would say he's an A tier.
A tier?
Yeah, bottom of A. Definitely, I think above all those B tier characters for me. I don't know. Shoot, man, I might put him above Molly even.
Wow. I disagree with that.
He had so many more character traits and personality and I don't know, even more of an arc than Molly. Molly didn't really change. Well, he didn't change a whole lot either, but I don't know.
I'll have to put him there. I don't think he's better than Molly. Shout out Molly. Especially it's because it's cool, you know. Especially why I already have Lou boosted in my mind, because you get to see both sides of him. I mean, it's cool. We get to see kid Molly and adult Molly as well. Yeah, it's hard for me to put him over Deffy, though. Deffy's awesome. But I mean,
I wouldn't even be mad if you boosted Deffy.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Put Deffy.
Because I did like Deffy more than him.
Yeah, overall, yeah. I was thinking, I liked mostly that episode where he rammed that person's car, but I think back his arc kind of dwindled towards the end when he just got paralyzed and everything. It's funny though. It's just his entire worldview was just crumbling around him day by day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
good to move on.
Yeah, we got Nick Offerman's character next.
Nick Offerman.
Carl, I think his name was. Had one main episode as his highlight when he was talking down the Gerhardts, but I think that was a great episode for him, and the other scenes he had were also really entertaining. Nick Offerman's great.
Yeah, I love Nick Offerman. I think he was just excellent here. A little bit overboard in the first couple episodes, but it's good to get a fun introduction to characters that way. I thought his scene in the mechanic shop was really good as well. On top of him talking down the Gerhardt family at the police station, which of course I think was his seminal scene. It was magnum opus of his character in the show. He is just completely scared out of his wits, ready to pee his pants, and still he goes out and he faces the lion and tries to prove that words are mightiest after all. That making sense can be a lot better than making war. I loved him.
Yeah, good character. I put him at peak B for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peak B bottom. Yeah, peak B. Peak B.
Let's see. Who the hell is this guy?
Season 4-ish?
Is this the guy that was going to kill Mike? That's the only thing I can think of. Kind of looks like him, but I'm not sure.
No, I think... boy, is that the season 4 guy who was tasked by Josto to kill the kid?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He was going to kill Mike.
Yeah.
Before.
Mike? I thought...
yeah, Mike Milligan. Yeah.
Mike Milligan?
Yes, as a kid, he was going to kill Mike Milligan.
Shoot. I forgot how the season's connected. Yeah, that is what... For some reason, when you said Mike Milligan, I could only think of season 2. And I was like...
Satchel, as we know him in season 4.
The seasons are connected. Yes. We're talking about the same guy. Anyway.
Sure. Yeah, if that's that guy, I'd put him in D, I guess. I don't remember him in the show at all before that episode. I'm assuming he had more scenes, but I didn't acknowledge him until that episode.
His other scenes were all just around him preparing to do this act and feeling hesitant, and I just didn't care that much.
Yeah.
D somewhere.
Put him in
D.
Put him here. I felt like they characterized him a good bit with his last scene with his wife when he was talking to her, but don't remember much about him. Josto, man.
Josto has
weird
to
character.
Go higher as a character, but he just wasn't like he was. I just hated him.
I gotta put him in C. I don't know. Josto is just.
I don't think he belongs in B.
Train wreck to watch.
Especially if we're talking about how enjoyable.
What a little bitch.
I just did not enjoy him at all.
It's weird. I like Jason Schwartzman, but man, I didn't like his character.
Middle C, put him below the Kitchen Brothers, maybe.
That's a diss. Yeah, I'll put him below the Kitchen Brothers. Sure. Definitely under this guy. This guy took him out.
Filthy worm.
Little weasel boy. Zelmar. Let's see. I think her character is awesome.
Yeah.
Really cool. Liked how she got Aloy at the end. Yeah, I thought her character was pretty cool. I'd put her in B, I guess.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Somewhere in B. She was an absolute force of chaos with her partner. I think it is just impossible to say which of them was a little more wild, because I think either one could do anything, and it would be within believability. They were just complete wild cards, and they pulled up in their relationship pulled up in the very last scene. Made all the difference in how things turned out for the characters.
I'll put her under Duffy and above Psy.
I'm good with that.
Cool. Okay, now we have this lady. I forgot her name, but she was working with VM, and she tricked everybody. And I didn't expect it either. But she was actually trying to scam them the whole time and get them to sell the company and just hand it to VM pretty much through her. Yeah, I'd put her in C just because I really liked that reveal and everything. Really changed my opinion on her. Really made her feel very cold and evil, even though she seemed just like a normal, nice, rich lady overall. But then she's actually evil because she was with VM. And
I completely forgot about that twist.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to put her higher than Josto because I hate Josto, but she didn't really have as much of a significant role.
Yeah, she just had a much less significant role than Josto.
I don't know.
I'm good.
I'll put her there.
I'm okay with her being there.
Okay. Yeah. Then we got the ship captain, the ghost.
The ghost from season
that
4.
overall was interesting. He was a real character. We got to learn his backstory, but mostly just a plot device. Didn't really actually do much.
I mean, he completely.
He saved Ethelreda. I mean,
he
did. I guess I take it back.
She is an A-tier character.
Yeah.
But he himself just doesn't really matter.
Equivalent of the. We could also just have a UFO here. It'd be the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah, season 2 had the UFO and just all the stuff, all the talk around aliens. And so season 4's kind of unique connection was this dead sea captain. And so for that, I found it to be quite interesting, just as the supernatural element to that season. But also, it just came up rarely, and it wasn't really that important until basically the last episode. So for that, I think it's kind of...
he didn't call her in the last. I think it was the second to last.
Yeah, I base it around the last episode.
Yeah. He's hardly even a character. I have to put him in D, I think.
I'd be okay to put him... I wouldn't want to put him in the top of D, just because I thought it was interesting.
Sure. I'll put him above this guy. Works for me.
Cool.
Okay, next we have Mr. Gus Grimley from season 1. Molly's husband towards the end. I thought they really had a nice relationship, kind of, they both related to each other, and I thought it was cool how they started to bond and started to fall in love with each other. Obviously, he's pretty incompetent as a police officer, and shot her and almost killed her. The love of his life. Boy, he would hate himself if he actually killed her. But then he obviously ends up as a USPS guy. But, I forgot he actually kills Lauren, so he really had quite the arc. You see him at the beginning being cowardly, and he turns away, but, can't blame him. He threatened his daughter's life, and, man's the Grim Reaper over there, but he took him out at the end, and I'd have to put him in B at least, I think.
The man came face to face with Lorne Malvo, an absolute beast, an animal, just savage and evil. And he blinked first, and I can't say I blame him for that. He had a daughter at home, and he was trying to do his best. But you come across something like that, where you think it is I do my job or I die trying. I can't blame him. That's tough. I don't want to put him down for that. I thought he was a great character. B tier somewhere for sure.
Yeah. I'll put him... I don't know. I was going to put him top, but also really like Duffy a lot. And Carl, too. I'll put him right below Duffy, I guess. If that works for you.
Yeah.
All right. Now we have this poor cell right here.
Yeah.
Got played by like a fiddle over here. Poor girl did not deserve her fate.
Oh, by Lester.
Lester, the absolute scumbag of all time.
Oh my goodness, that's
crazy.
This show is so good.
I don't know.
Oh.
Just out of respect, we have to put her higher.
Goodness, yeah.
Girl did not
Poor
deserve.
Girl. She was just too stupid to see Lester for the snake he was.
I don't know. Her as a character itself is not that interesting, but her fate was just crazy.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, C maybe.
Yeah, I'll just put her.
It's hard to put her above C.
Harder to put her higher, but I guess I'll put her. I don't know, just for her storyline itself, I'll put her like there. To this guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy, I really liked. I thought it was pretty cool. Don't remember much about him, but he obviously had his like little blind eye. He had a pretty cool aura to him. He's very collected and pretty badass. He's from season 4. He was Loy's guy. He ended up dying in the black and white episode, and he burned Orphan in a Box guy in the beginning of the season. We really cornered him in a ring of fire.
Where's Orphan in a Box?
Yeah, where's Orphan?
Wow.
I already know where he's going. Fucking pussy.
He really does deserve like F tier. Anyway, I don't know. This guy's gonna be lower on it for me. I think he's like a D somewhere. Yeah.
Overall, he was kind of just an underling.
He had a presence,
but he was. I thought his actor had a cool portrayal of him. I'll put him top of D, I guess. I don't know. I kind of want to put him in C. I'll put him like there. I thought it was pretty cool. We got Margie's husband, and I I want to put him in B. I just really loved their relationship.
I did.
It was very sweet. He made her eggs in the beginning.
Because she was a truly incredible character, and just to watch how they worked together and how they had this beautifully mutualistic relationship, and it was so simplistic. It was really, really enjoyable. I mean, you just can't put him in A just because he wasn't like a main. He wasn't a main character. B's fair. I might put him here
Over Noreen.
I would, yeah.
Okay, that's fine by me. Yeah, good character. I liked at the end. And no, you just see them cuddling, and it's like, wow.
Got him.
That's what you should do instead of murdering people. You get to be happy.
It was a happier ending.
Mm-hmm.
Just all in all, I think some of the seasons ended very very sad. People were scared. A lot of lost lives, but those two went home together and were happy.
This cord keeps tickling my arm. Let's see. Dodd is both F and A. I really hate this guy. Really complete dumb fuck asshole. A terrible father. But yeah, I mean, I gotta put him in A. Below B. Yeah.
I said I couldn't put him below B. I could put him in A.
I could put him in A, especially for his last episodes and with Peggy and everything. I'll put him lowest at A.
Sure.
Yeah, really bad father. Really bad person.
Once again, we're doing very little to discuss some of the biggest characters, but he was just a degenerate member of the Gerhardt family all along. He was brutal. He was mean. He was just nasty to his own daughter, and he was still not close enough.
No, I was just gonna say something, but I'll let you finish.
Just nasty to his own daughter, and probably the reason that she was willing to cross over and spill secrets with Mike Milligan. But it was just by his nastiness that he met his end, which was completely deserving.
Yeah. When I really hated him was when he fought Bear, his own brother.
Yeah.
And like made him, or Bear attacked him, and then he made him like get the belt.
Bear cold blocked him, and then he said, "I'm gonna whip you now."
Yeah.
But Bear had good reasons.
Yeah.
That's where you take
Bear's a
it
better
like a
character.
Man.
Let's see. We got Gaetano Fada here. Definitely better than Josto overall.
Yeah. Much more.
Gaetano's overall pretty awesome. Definitely a very memorable ending for him.
Yeah.
Just completely just out of nowhere. I'm gonna put him in B default.
I'd put him high B.
Yeah. I'd put him
in between here and here for me.
Yeah, I'd put him right under Psy, I'd say.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, that works for me. I'm certain Kevin would make this point because he makes it all the time, and it's just a fact. Gaetano's actor went a little bit overboard in the first episode or so with the eyes he did. It was just always as possibly wide as he could go, and it didn't look. I think like scary and kind of crazy was the idea they were going for, but it just looked like, I don't know.
Just lots of weird tonal things with season 4 overall. And Josto too, just the way he kind of acted, just weird sometimes. But yeah, Gaetano was pretty cool overall, especially when he got tortured and everything. Boy, would I not want to be in a room with him. Okay, now we have the mother from season 1 who fucked Lester that one time. Said, I was still picking pubes out of my teeth. Right in front of, you see that right in front of his kids. They're like, gross, Mom. That was pretty funny.
That's so gross. Because of that, I think I'd put her a little higher than the kids.
Yeah,
But like, she still sucked.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's pretty funny to work with them. How Lester looked at the picture of him while he was fucking her.
Boy, I don't know. I might bump her up to C tier for that. But
Yeah,
she's still low
I'd put her
C
in
tier.
C. Maybe I'll put her like right here.
Yeah. She was awful, but just a complete money grubber. That's all she cared about.
All right, now we have Lou Solverson himself, one of the best characters of the whole series. Season 1. And I don't have a picture of him in season 2, so this is just him as a whole character.
Boy, when I talked about how... What's his name? Gus Grimley. How he came face to face with Lester... No, with Lorne Malvo, and he blinked. To be fair, he had a daughter at home, but on the other hand, Lou Solverson came face to face with Lorne Malvo, and he did not blink, and he came out just fine the other side. But there was certainly a moment where we thought he might meet his fate that way. He too had loved ones at home, but his daughter was, older and a police officer, so he didn't have as much of a fatherly responsibility now in his old age. But still very impressive that he stood toe-to-toe with a monster.
Yeah. Not to mention all his adventures in season 2.
Is that a different character on here?
No, this is just him as one character.
Oh, well, then we got to talk about season 2 as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm inclined to put him at S, honestly. Maybe highest A, I don't know. Just because it's pretty awesome. You get to see him. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. You get to see him as old. You get to hear his backstory in season 1, and you get to see it. Really cool.
Yeah, he's a minimum.
At least A, yeah, no doubt. But I don't know. Put him right next to his daughter here. I'll put him top A.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah. Almost S, but not quite. I don't know. Maybe you just have to be a bad guy to be an S. Next week.
He wasn't necessarily bad.
Wow.
But she was chaotic.
Yeah, definitely chaotic. Next we have Lou's old partner, who's also in season 1. The guy that was... Lou said, you're a shit cop, right? You know that, right? Really great. Didn't really realize it was him until later. But overall, I didn't really... In season 1, not that...
That's that cop?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, when he's older?
Yep.
Oh.
Season 1 is not that interesting. I think he reprimanded Gus. Yeah, they reprimanded Gus because he locked up Lorne for, like, a couple hours and then let him free. And obviously he played them all, so they got mad at Gus. Reprimanded from that, but that was pretty much his only role in season 1. In season 2, we got to see him in his younger days. Overall, also, he seemed pretty wire-type cop, more focused on his own power and career. But then I thought they kind of redeemed him a little bit when he actually showed that he was capable and competent at the Sioux Falls Massacre. Was one of the only cops there that didn't die, and took them all out and said, "Clear, clear." But right after that, Peggy knocked him in the face with the butt of the rifle. So I think that was like the last we saw of him in that season. But I'm gonna put him in like low C.
I'd say higher C.
Yeah, mid C. We definitely saw a lot more of him in season 2.
I'd be willing to put him in B for that.
For B, I can't put him in B. He was
maybe below Dr. Senator. Yeah.
Sure, we'll put him.
I'm good with him there.
Put him right there. Next we got Charlie Gerhardt, whose fate we truly never found out about. He's still in prison, locked up. I'm sure he got released shortly after. He's not even an adult, so I'm sure, hopefully he's doing all right. But I'd put Charlie, I don't know, B or C. I thought he was a pretty cool character. I liked him and Noreen's brief little spark of romance, which lasted 2 seconds.
Yeah, they did have the 2-second romance. What I was thinking about is just how, although he is one of the most important characters in season 2, in a way, just where he was the entire reason why the Gerhardt attack on the police station went down, I just didn't love him as much, even though he was so important to the script and to the other characters. I'd put him in low C.
Low C?
Well,
I thought he was well fleshed out, though. He wanted to be part of the family gang, but his father wanted him to be in school. And eventually he learned that that's probably best after he couldn't pull it off and couldn't pull off the execution of the butcher.
I'd be willing to go up to low B.
Yeah, I'll put him in like. I'll put him above Dr. Senator. I'll put him right there.
Oh man.
And also, I'll put Otto higher than Mr. Numbers.
All right.
Orietta. From one of my least favorite characters to my favorite characters of this season 4. For some reason, I didn't realize how awesome she was. I was just very annoyed with her, but overall, even though I hated her, I also loved her at the same time. And especially was cemented when she said, "One last request. Can I watch him die first?" And I said, "Wow, that's awesome." She's crazy. And I'd almost put her at S, but I'm going to keep her at A. I'll probably put her at peak A, honestly.
I'd be okay with her being a peak A.
She's pretty awesome. Very well portrayed. Just completely delusional. Just a complete psycho. Just of all the most like chaotic random, probably her. Maybe him, but he kind of just does it for like his own amusement. I don't even know if she like is lucid half the time.
Yeah, she's truly just an angel of death in the terms that she believes other people to be suffering and wants to end that suffering for them. I think odds are this has very little to do with her genuine perceived position of the patients. I think it definitely has something internal for her that she just seems to enjoy taking life. And I can't say what's behind that, but she is a freak. Just a freak.
We also learned she had Munchausen syndrome by proxy, most likely as a kid. Probably plays into all her medical psychoticness. And I was going to say, I think she's also probably based a little bit on Annie Wilkes from Misery, who, great character as well. One of Stephen King's best characters. Yes, she is completely crazy. I don't think she even knows why she's doing what she does most of the time. How could she possibly have that much memorabilia? How many people has she killed? Good Lord. So yeah, awesome character. Highlight of season 4 for sure. Next we have Winnie Lopez from season 3. She was Gloria's sidekick. I thought they were both pretty cool overall, but like compared to most of the other cops, almost every other cop in the series, pretty forgettable. I'd probably put both Gloria and her in C, honestly. Maybe Gloria in like the lowest of B, but I honestly didn't care for either of them too much.
No, definitely C.
Yeah, I mean definitely her for C. She had a good character that she did have. She was a good person, wanted to do what was right, but
I'd say like here-ish for me.
Yeah. Sure, I'll put her under the dad, above Ronald Reagan. All right. Next we got Steve Buscemi's character.
The movie.
From the movie. One of the best characters from this movie. For show. I don't know, I'd probably put him under Orietta, either above Lou or under Lou. I don't know. Under Lou. Yeah, works for me. I thought he was a great character. Really was just set on his own interests. Just killed anyone in his path. Especially that poor toll booth guy. And also Jerry's stepdad, or father-in-law, I mean. Yeah, Steve Buscemi's a great actor too, very iconic actor, legend. So
he buried the briefcase full of money that was later discovered by the supermarket king, which makes him and the supermarket king the connection between season 1 and the movie, which is kind of cool. Other than that, he was the more comic of the two kidnappers. His whole shtick was that he was very, very serious and very sinister. Whereas, although this guy was also willing to partake in the evil doing, he I don't know, he was a little more silly about it. Yeah, he couldn't stop talking. Yeah.
Funny when when Margie's talking to those two ladies, and they're like, one of them was pretty funny looking. Funny looking how? Just funny looking, you know. Oh, you know what? Actually, this is Gloria's boss. So who the fuck is this?
I don't know.
I don't know. So we're just gonna replace this guy. I actually have no earthly idea who this could possibly be.
You seem sure, so I was like, okay.
But I know for a fact this was actually Gloria's boss. I thought this was Gloria's boss. What is he from? He looks familiar, but man, who is that? Guess for now we'll just have to put him in F, because again I have no idea who he is. I also don't know who this is. This next character. Any ideas, Ben? Like he looks familiar, but I have no idea what season or who he's related to, how he ties in.
Yeah, I think he's just
no earthly
an F-tier
idea.
Character.
Now we'll put him in F. No idea who this is. It's like to the vaguest. He looks familiar, and this guy, he's obviously a cop based on his uniform. But
we should add a blooper
who
section
is
at
he?
the end after we find out who all the F-tier characters are. I don't know.
Anyway, don't know.
I think he's
these
cop.
three
I don't
people.
Know.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Oh no! This is I know who this is. This is the guy from season 2. This is the shop guy, right?
The shop guy?
Yeah, the auto shop, who Peggy sold his car to. Peggy sold her car,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it is the auto shop guy. You're so
Wow,
smart and
I
handsome.
knew it.
You.
I think it is.
It absolutely. I'm sure of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the guy that.
Well, anyway,
with what's his name?
Carl. Yeah. I'll put him in C, I guess. Obviously, he wasn't too memorable right off the bat, but now that I do remember him, he had two great scenes.
He was another goofus character who was you laughed at him as he came in contact with serious, threatening people. You could only joke about how laughable his behavior was. Bottom low C.
Yeah, I'll put him
below the mom and.
I don't know. I'll put him right here, honestly.
Sure.
I'll put this guy at the end still. Yeah. Next we have another one of Loy's guys. Don't remember him. I remember one of them had glasses, so this is this guy. I remember he was cool.
I want him to be a D-tier character.
This was I think this was like his right-hand man, because I think he was beaten on this guy, or not that. Where is he? This guy, after he was like talking about Dr. Center's name, he said, "Say his name again, say it again." And this guy was like, "Boss, you gotta pull back." So this is like his second in command, I think. I remember I liked him, but again, just another kind of employee.
He's a D tier to me.
D tier.
You can put him above that if you want, but he's a D tier to me.
I'm just gonna put these guys next to each other. I thought they were both cool, but not too important. Dr. Senator obviously was his most important employee.
I really like this next guy. He was just a pervert.
Yep. I honestly don't know why he's even in the movie, but his scene is so memorable and just cringy. I gotta put him in B.
That was the movie?
Yeah, this is the movie.
I forgot about that. Yeah, just
the movie.
Excellent.
He started crying. He started crying at dinner with Margie.
No, I don't know.
This is absolutely from the movie. He was going out for drinks with Margie. He was
yeah, very goofy.
"I'm just so lonely." And he just starts crying. He's like, "Can I sit here?" He's like, "I'd prefer it if you didn't."
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Have we seen
he's
her
pretty
yet?
awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty great. But yeah, I could.
Again, least important character of the movie. I don't even know why his scene's there, but it's very funny. I don't know. Sure, I'll put him. I'll put him at the bottom of B.
Okay.
Just honorary because he's awesome. Just that scene's great.
Yeah, I guess even though he's such a I don't know, it feels weird to put him above Otto, but he was really funny. Okay.
Yeah. Hansi. Psh,
Hansi, oh man, that's gotta be so A tier minimum.
A tier minimum for sure.
Minimum.
Automatically. Like right there. I don't know. Another one of them was like feel like S, but again, there's just a certain, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Even with Peggy there, but I still feel comfortable with Peggy. Peggy's iconic.
Give him S. I could give him top of A or S, bottom of S.
I could. You know what? Let's just give him the S.
He was just. He was the most iconic member of the Gerhardt family to me. One of the most iconic of the Gerhardt family to me. Just so mysterious and interesting, and he fully appears loyal to Dodd, and he is just put through the absolute ringer all his life, and it's fun that he is the connection between season 1 and 2, as you see him discover a young Mr. Numbers and Mr. Wrench, and they go off and do crime together, and it could be a fun comedy.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I remember that. That's kind of one takeaway of him. I don't like that he was the guy Tripoli in season 1. Didn't really feel like that made sense. Kind of looked way different, especially since at the end of season 2 he says like, "I'm tired of this life. I don't want to do this anymore." But then instead he decides to be even more powerful.
That's one way of looking at it, but it could also be that he was tired of being a grunt, and he went on to be the boss of the entire organization. And I mean, if you look at him in season 1, which is confirmed to be him, he's just living like an absolute king. I mean, not nobody in the world is barking down at him and calling him like a mixed blood, whatever racist thing Dodd said to him.
Half breed, yeah. But then Lauren took him out off screen. Don't even see it. You know?
Still S.
Yeah.
S to me.
I'll keep him at lowest of S. Still don't really like the Tripoli tie-in, but it's whatever. For the most part, we can just see him as season 2, and that character's iconic. Especially when he fucks up with those racist guys at the end of season 2. He spits in his drink. I was like, man, fuck these guys up. Next, we have Key and Peele as the FBI agents from season 1. Kind of odd.
They were funny, but it was weird
for
Fargo, maybe.
Yeah, it's weird that it's literally just Key and Peele. Kind of weird tonally.
I'd put him B tier. Maybe.
B tier. I don't know. Yeah, either B or C. It just still kind of feels weird.
I agree.
I'll put him under Otto, I guess. Still kind of weird that they were there, but overall their characters were okay. They got killed by Lauren in the end, so their characters didn't really have a purpose, I guess, unless I'm misremembering something. But
no, yeah. I really don't think they did.
Not the best, not the worst. It's Key and Peele, so we will love Key and Peele, but it's weird that they're in Fargo. And then we have Mrs. Gerhardt, the matriarch. I forgot her. Floyd, yeah, right. It's a male's name, but it's a woman. Yeah, Floyd was a great character, I thought.
Floyd was incredible. I think she's an A tier for sure.
A tier, yeah, I could put her in A tier. Put her in A tier. I put her above Dodd.
Yeah, I would put her above Dodd. I might even put her here. I don't know, but
I'm good with keeping her there.
Okay.
And I was very satisfied when she died from Hansi. Even though, like, I didn't even hate her. I was just satisfied. I was like, yeah. Because I was just totally Team Hansi at that point.
Well, Kevin from the beginning was Team Kansas City. And so seeing the Gerhardt family fall was all according to his evil plot. I absolutely wanted Floyd to win. I thought she was wonderful. She is the matriarch of the Gerhardt family. And she just gets shit done. She is... I think an excellent ruling hand after Otto falls out of play. He was nothing but strict and cruel, and she tried to take things another way, and she wanted to save lives. She was not nearly so bloodthirsty as Otto's son Dodd either, or her son as well. But but she wanted to take things her own way, and she was just absolutely the boss.
Yeah. Except she was a snitch also.
And she was a snitch.
Not only was she a snitch, but she was also... She should have just swallowed her pride and taken that deal instead of going to war. Cost her family.
Probably should have, yeah.
All right. Next, I'm going to put him in F tier. This is Gloria's son.
Oh,
Like, most pointless character. She could have not even had a son, and her character would have been the exact same, I feel like.
Plot device.
I'm going to put him here. Because I still remember who
we
he
know
is.
who he is, but he's just
but
garbage. He's a plot device.
Yeah. And I'll put him over here, this guy.
Because we do know who he is, but he's just the worst.
I'm a little even more annoyed by this guy because of how pointless he is, but he was a good kid. Look at his face. Like, bro was born like that.
The movie.
Honestly, I feel like Margie's got to go in S tier, honestly. She's the OG of all. She's the OGs of all the OGs. I'd put her in S tier. I'd put her above Betsy.
I was just thinking of put her above Peggy.
I mean, yeah, Peggy. I said Betsy. Betsy.
No, I think that's an excellent place for her. She is just I don't know. It's hard to say that she's the most fun police officer to watch, but she's very close to. Especially seeing her interactions with the Chinese man at the bottom of B tier. She is just a great detective mind and so much fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. Best of both worlds.
And then we have Ed Blumquist, Peggy's husband.
I gotta put Ed in A.
A?
Yeah.
I'd even be okay if he went down to B tier. But he's that same area, high B, low A.
Yeah. His character itself is like B, but then the fact that he's actually strong and like can fuck shit up and prove himself, I'd put him in A. I'd put him like low A. I'd put him above Dodd just because fuck Dodd. I put him right there. So he won over Dodd, even though he died at the end, and he was obviously not very smart, not as smart as Peggy, and I don't know how he possibly went along with her plan. He seemed just kind of naive, but he also was cool overall. And of course, we love Jesse Plemons.
Yeah.
Too overall.
Todd.
Yes, of course. Yes. Let's see. We got this guy from the movie. Yeah.
Where is he in the movie?
He was cool. He was one of the bad guys. He was Jerry's connection to Steve Buscemi's character.
Yeah.
I put him at C though. I thought he was pretty cool, but didn't have much to him. Kind of more another kind of just a plot device, kind of just to get Jerry to Steve Buscemi and the criminals and everything. Yeah. I liked it when Margie interrogated him and was like, "So you didn't get any calls?" and everything. But I put him high C, I guess.
Scene. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like
I wouldn't even want to put him above her.
Above her, I was gonna put him here, but we can put him lower. Doesn't really matter. I don't even know his name. Not too important of a character.
I don't know, man. Maybe either below the Kitchen Brothers or below Josto.
Yeah, I'll put him here. Definitely not below Justo.
Below the Kitchen Brothers, maybe? For me?
Okay, right below the Kitchen Brothers. Not below Justo, though. Okay. Mr. Wrench. Mr. Wrench is a cool character. Has no lines, obviously. He's deaf. But he's really cool. I liked how they brought him in season 3 as well for the last 4 episodes. And he ends up killing Emmett and everything. He seemed like the simp seduction power of Nikki took Mr. Wrench too.
You think so?
Nah, I don't know. Probably he just cared for her and were friends, but funny. Yeah, but I'd put Mr. Wrench in B. I'd put him like middle B.
I'm very good with middle B.
I'd put him right under Ray.
I think his introduction was just so thrilling. We were all just completely on edge to see what the point of all this excitement was, the flipping of the prison bus. And he is, of course, the connection between Season 1 and Season 3. So all of these connection characters are very fun and very exciting. On top of that, like I was saying earlier, similar to how the Kitchen Brothers are the silent counterpart to Mike Milligan's talking part, Mr. Wrench is the silent part, although he has a lot more personality than the Kitchen Brothers because of his sign language. And I think that just leads him to be a lot funnier. Him and Mr. Numbers just constantly antagonize each other. It's obvious they've been friends a long time, and they do their business together. But he lives on. I think I enjoyed his character arc through season 1 better than what went on in season 3, even though it was exciting to see him. But I think that's a great place for him.
Yeah. And he made it out twice out of all the criminals. He's like one of the only ones. Made it out twice. Yeah, cool character. Next, we have another cool character. I thought he was pretty cool. I'm going to put him at B, even though he wasn't that important. He had pretty little screen time, died pretty early on. I thought he had a great presence.
His presence.
He was a great boss, I thought. I liked him and Mike Milligan. It's interesting that he let Mike touch his hair. Showed, I guess, they actually, he respected Mike and cared about him. Was just wanted to show him off his new shampoo.
Well, even if he didn't care about him, he's just a really interesting, weird, fun guy, and he had great presence, like you said. I'd put him high B.
Yeah, I'll put him.
Oh boy, it's getting so tough.
Like right between here. I don't know, I kind of feel like putting him above Ray.
Yeah, I'd be okay with putting him above Ray.
Yeah. All right, now I think we have a bit of contention here with the Mr. VM Varga.
No, he's a great.
I'm gonna say S, in my opinion.
S.
I'm gonna say S.
Now see that
because each season has its own.
Give your case.
Well, in my case, I feel like we should also move Orietta up to S because each season has their own. Season 1 is Lauren. Season 2 is Hansi. Varga season 3. Orietta season 4, and of course season 5 we've got Ula, and those are the enigmatic kind of the big bads, and I think they're all just awesome in their own way, and especially VM. I had to put him in S. I honestly want to put him above Hansi too. That's just me though. Also because I love the actor, I love Remus Lupin. Very interesting seeing him in this role as well. Very different character from the main role I know him in Harry Potter. But his accent's just awesome. I love when he says he's American in the first episode. Just deadpan. Okay. Really awesome.
I'm willing to concede him S tier, but we're gonna have to do this.
Yeah, we could definitely put Orietta in S for sure. For show. Okay.
If we
works for me. Okay, works for me.
Into S tier.
Okay. And this is our joint one. Imagine mine would be the exact same, except he'd be right above Hansi. Just so you know. But this is our joint one. I don't know who this guy is. I mean, it looks like season 4. It's got to be from the clothes, but I have no clue who this is. So for now, unless you have any idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a hard time remembering.
He's got to be one of the Italians. Just because he's white and not black, and he's dressed more like a gangster. And he wasn't part of Ethelrita's family, and that was really the only good guys. So, but I don't know who that is.
Fair enough.
Next we have Zelmar's girlfriend. I thought she was also an awesome character.
Yeah, I'd say she goes right next to Zelmar.
Yeah, pretty much one and the same. But Zelmar's definitely better. I'd put her right under Gaetano. I thought in some ways she was almost more fun than Zelmar, especially with the throwing up and everything. But she overall had more badassery, I guess.
Yeah, especially where she lived. I don't know. I'd have a hard time saying that. Even though she went on to live and have more importance later in the show, I think I just enjoyed them about equal amounts, if not the girlfriend more.
Mm-hmm.
I think even if Zelmar would have died, it would have been the same thing.
Mm-hmm. I really liked how Zelmar had the lollipop in her mouth when she saw the Deafy in the train station, though, and that puts her above her girlfriend. Her face, she was like, "Okay, I see.
Just spotted him.
Let's fuck around."
Yeah,
she immediately
was
pulled out the yopper.
Good moment. Yeah, that was great. Okay, we can leave it as is.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. Now let's see Loy. Loy is kind of a goofball. Can't really take him serious most of the time. Just another part of the weird tonal thing of season 4. It's like some of the acting just feels off. I just don't know if Chris Rock was that great as Loy. He certainly had a lot of great scenes, but at the same time, it's like, especially at the end in season, the last episode, you're like, "We had a deal." I was like, bro, yeah, but he obviously is the boss and he overpowered you. You're losing. Calm down.
I started out enjoying him quite a bit more. I was just disappointed with some of his decision making, his reasoning, just his actions in general. I think he should have played his cards differently and not gotten into a war he couldn't handle. In terms of placing him,
I have to put him at least lower than this guy.
I'd be okay with it.
Lowest B or high C, but definitely under this.
I'm good with him being in B tier. I don't know if you want to put the pervert above him, that's fine.
No doubt this guy's above him. Is he a pervert? I thought he was just a very sad, lonely man.
He might just be. I call him a pervert just because he's just so emphatic and so. I don't know. He just strikes me as one, yeah.
Could be. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. All right. Now, one of the most memorable and iconic characters of the series, I think we got to put him at S. Mike Milligan himself, especially with his whole backstory in season 4, it really adds a lot to his character. I think we definitely got to put him at S. I'd put him like maybe above Margie or below her.
Freedom is the word inscribed upon the chariot of the storm. What? Do you want me to repeat that? Just an absolutely incredible character. S tier, absolutely. Above Peggy. It's so hard to put anybody above Margie. Although honestly, I would. If you want to keep him below, we can. But I think I might just put him above Margie because he was one of my favorite characters of the entire show. He was so great to watch on screen. One of the best orators. So I keep talking about this counterpart relationship. But he was the counterpart to the Kitchen Brothers. And he had such a lovely way with words. And then, of course, it was fun to see his entire backstory in Season 4 as Satchel. Although it was never... I don't know. I don't think they never ever called him Mike, of course. And then he took his last name from Rabbi.
Yeah, as just season 2 Mike, I'd put him here, but with season 4 context, we'll put him there. Okay, even though it pains me, Margie's still awesome.
I just want it documented into the universe that when me and Kevin were watching season 4. And Rabbi heard some rumbling in the closet. I said, "It's a rabbit," and it ended up being a dog. And so I was like, "Oh, I'm wrong." And young Rabbi decides, "I'm gonna call it Rabbit."
No,
and
he had the
oh yeah, the
collar,
dog had a
rabbit.
collar that said Rabbit, and it was this absurd moment. And I am the next Nostradamus, so that's all.
Yep, it was just a weird, like, anti-joke. He said it's a rabbit. And then it wasn't, but his name was Rabbit. And it was very strange. I was like, what the heck? That was a very weird call-out. But, yeah, he called it. Okay. The IRS guy from Season 3.
From Season 3.
I really liked him overall. He didn't have much screen, but he seemed cool.
He was like an IRS guy.
Seemed like he knew what he was doing, but then he got kind of played by Fargo's guys.
Yeah.
I'll put him in C, I guess.
Mid-low C.
Let's see. I'd put him right above Winnie and under the dad from this movie.
That's fine.
All right. This guy, I feel like I got to put him in F This was the third henchman of Fargo.
Sure,
She tried to invest and inject Nikki with some weird substance. Seems kind of rapey. I really didn't like him. I'll put him.
F tier's fine.
Yeah, I'll put him in F tier. I'll put him under this guy. Actually, no, fuck this guy. You know what? Actually.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Next we have Emmett.
Emmett Stussy.
Emmett Stussy, the other role from Ewan McGregor of Ray. Very interesting. The only actor in the show to play two characters, and played them both very well and distinctly, I thought. At least the makeup helps a lot. But yeah, Emmett was a very interesting character. Kind of see him get from very hesitant to go into VM's team, and then he kind of just accepts it and kind of just almost kind of is thriving off it by the end. And then he gets shot in the head by Mr. Wrench.
He definitely considers himself to be the holier-than-thou counterpart to Ray Stussy. But I don't know. Maybe he is in some ways. He holds down a better job. I mean, he's a political candidate. He's married. He has kids. And he seems to live a pretty happily married life. But he also is just very childish, and the way that he behaves in this brotherly feud is, I don't know, kind of dumb. It's not like the way that somebody in his position ought to behave, and then he just completely caves in to Varga and just is cornered in by Varga's greed and will. So I would place him lower than Ray just because he was less interesting to me.
He kind of is. I don't know. I was gonna put him in. First thing I thought was A, but now I'm lessening that opinion. I don't know. I think he's definitely under Psy. I'd say
Under Psy, which is funny because Psy's the henchman, the assistant.
Yeah. I don't know if I put him under Ray though.
I wouldn't be mad if you put him up to here, or even here.
Yeah, I mean Ray was more criminal, so that makes him kind of more interesting baseline. But Emmett's arc was more interesting overall, I'd say. Okay, all right. Welcome back for the third time here. We're took a little break there. We played some Grand Theft Auto 5. Next, we're going to talk about some more characters from Fargo. Next is one of my personal favorites, especially from Season 2. We got Hank, the goat here, played by Ted Danson. I'm going to say this is easy A for me.
Yeah.
I think all around he was an excellent character.
I put him in S tier, considering our S tier compatriots, but he's an A tier absolutely.
Yeah, I'd put him right under Molly, or above Rabbi for me. Yeah.
I'd put him... I might put him above Molly. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I'd almost put him above Molly, but yeah, he was still more of a secondary character. But
he was.
No, he just had a very nice grandfatherly presence.
Yeah.
Definitely was scared when he got hit with that rifle. I was like, man, hope he doesn't die. And he didn't. We loved it.
Just a really good guy. It was. He had kind of a weird arc with that alien language, and his reasoning being that he wanted a form of communication that had no misinterpretation, no miscommunication, and so he's like a language of images, but like he just ignored like ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs and such. In my opinion,
that ending was kind of weird for his character.
It was a little weird.
They were like kind of faking us out for alien stuff. They were like. Oh yeah,
they were totally faking us out for alien stuff. I think, and I didn't love that in particular.
Like, felt like an afterthought kind of, but
totally.
For most of his character, I thought it was pretty great.
Yeah, it appeared as though there was some sort of connection between the odd alien going-ons and the two UFOs. The two UFOs we saw taking off after various events, and then Ted Danson writing in weird alien symbols. Oh well.
Yep.
Good character.
Yep. Definitely A tier for me. Now this next guy, I don't know who this is. Any idea?
Boy, I couldn't
Feel like he's familiar, but once again, don't know.
gotta be an F tier.
Yeah, if you don't know,
until we
yeah, we
remember.
gotta put him in F. Put him right there, I guess.
Yeah.
All four of these are arbitrary, no particular order. This is true, and this is accurate. In fact, if there was a go fuck yourself tier right above this,
And this
below
is,
this, I'd put him there.
I know that this is season 4. Is he's a council member?
Who?
Our next gentleman.
Yeah, this guy was Josto's fiance's dad.
Oh, who was also
He was some political
official.
figure, yeah, something. Character itself doesn't really matter. I thought that side plot was pretty funny, especially when Gaetano rocked him. He knocked his shit off like twice.
Yeah.
Socked him right in the face. That was pretty funny. But character itself, I'd put him like D. Pretty low.
Yeah, D's
Doesn't really matter.
Totally fine by me. He wasn't super memorable or interesting.
Yeah. I'd put him, I don't know, I'd put him like right here.
That's totally fine by me.
Yeah. All right.
Gosh,
Next,
sorry.
we've got the other villain from the original movie. Definitely
This
not
guy's huge.
Yeah.
He's A tier for sure.
A tier.
I would consider
Yeah.
bottom of S tier, but
Okay.
just a great character.
Put him lower. I'd put him, I don't know. I'd put him maybe right here, maybe.
Yeah, I could see him on either side of Ted Danson. Yeah, I really enjoyed him.
Yeah, not the most characterization, not the most to say, but very brooding, and just, he shredded Steve Buscemi in a wood chipper. What more is there to say?
That's something. I mean, what else is there to say? God
Who
bless
does that?
America. Yeah. The counterpart to the silent part to Buscemi's really talkative, noisy guy. He is absolutely a man of few words, but he is a man of absolute presence. Like you cannot help but keep your eyes on him. He's totally on edge, chain smoking the whole movie, and
Yeah. Scene
And
where he first kills that cop is very shocking. Definitely sets the tone for the rest of the movie. And he goes and kills the other witnesses as well.
big oof.
Took no shit.
Good man.
Yeah.
Bad man, but good character. Good
I'd
criminal.
Still put Steve Buscemi over them. Just more entertaining.
Steve, more entertaining, worse criminal.
Okay, next we have the original Fada, who died in the first episode, of course, Orietta. What we saw of him, I guess he was cool, but I put him under auto for sure in terms of the guys that died in the first episode. I wouldn't put him in D, but
No.
I'd definitely put him pretty low in C.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. C tier. I might put him above the Kitchen Brothers.
I'm leaning pretty low.
Yeah.
Over here.
You don't want to put Josto below him.
Okay, I'll put Justin below him.
Because I thought he was
Yeah, he's gotta go
he
above
was
his
better
son.
than his son.
Yeah, for sure.
His son was a total disappointment.
All right. Next, I believe this is Loy's son, right?
The one that was flirting with Orietta.
Mm-hmm. He was in the, or not, Ethelreda, yeah. He was into music.
Yeah.
Into music.
Not Orietta.
Yeah, he was cool.
I liked him. I mean,
He was all right.
he didn't do much at all. He just flirted with Ethelreda.
Yeah, I'd put him definitely under his dad. I'd probably put him in C tier.
Low C. I mean, I didn't care much about him. I'd put him below the president, here-ish.
Let's see.
with
I'd
his compatriots.
I'd put him higher than these guys slightly. I'd put him like maybe right under the IRS guy.
I'll take that.
I thought he was a little more interesting. Had more personality.
This is a fun character
Yeah.
from season 2.
Typewriter guy. I'm a little hazy on what is exactly his ties were to the criminal world, but I remember he sold typewriters and was always intimidated by everybody.
Yeah, and he somehow convinced the young Gerhardt boy that there was money to be made with this typewriter,
Right.
and he owed a lot of money to the mob, and I think typewriters were just kind of his excuse on how he was going to make money. Um, but he was certainly a troublemaker in season 2. I'm trying to remember how exactly his. Yeah, because it was his idea for the young Gerhardt boy to threaten the judge, which ultimately culminated in young Gerhardt killing the judge and everybody in that diner. And so that's why he's an element of chaos for sure. He wasn't the most memorable himself, though. C tier, definitely.
Yeah, I'd say low C. Put him.
I'd put him.
Put him like right here.
That's fair. That's fine.
Okay.
Ethelrita's mother. I
Put
don't
my
know her
pizza
name.
in the oven here.
Pizza in the oven. Pause for a sec.
Okay, so next our next character is Ethelrita's mom. I thought she was definitely a better character than the dad for sure. I put her in C probably. I mean, still she didn't have that big of importance. Especially there's lots of other outshadowed her. Or you say it in season 4.
The only reason I might go higher than that is because Ethelrita is such an important character, and I think much of Ethelrita is defined and emphasized by her mother being who she is.
True.
I think Ethelrita is, in a way, privileged to have been able to grow up in schools and to be properly educated, and I think her mother was also highly intelligent like her daughter, but I think she didn't have the chance for a proper education, and she's doing everything she can to make sure Ethelrita gets the best life. Anyway, for that, I would rate her higher C to a low B.
Definitely under Loy. I mean, maybe put her. I put her maybe. I put her right there, under Otto maybe.
I'd be good with that.
Yeah, definitely better than these guys.
Yeah, I think I like her better than all those.
All right. Next is probably the least memorable of Loy's guys. I was looking at him. I was like, I recognize him. I know he's one of his guys, but I don't exactly remember what like his specific role was or what happened to it. But refresh my memory. There, this is the guy that was beat up by Loy. Excuse me, with his belt after Dr. Senator died. Loy was grieving a lot, and he was like, "Say his name again! How dare you talk about him?" And he was beating him up. He was also the guy that was supposed to be driving around Loy's son. And remember, Orphan in a Box guy was telling Rabbi to shoot him while he was driving there. Anyway, probably the least memorable of Loy's guys. I'd probably put him in D, I guess. Less memorable, less aura than the other guys.
I'd put the Ethelrita's dad above him.
Yeah. I guess I'll put him right there, I guess.
I didn't remember him hardly at all. I'd be fine with him being bottom of D, but on to a good one.
All right, Nikki Swango from season 3. Yeah, I'd put her probably high B. I don't think she's quite an A for me.
I'm content with that, yeah.
But yeah, she was definitely pretty cool. I liked how she teamed up with Mr. Wrench and was kind of outsmarting VM at the end, and he was offering her a job because he was so impressed. And of course her rivalry with Sai. Sai hated her the most, even more than Ray. Very funny. I'd put her for B. I'd put her maybe right under Gus.
I'd be okay with her being 1 over Gus.
Over Gus?
Because I did quite enjoy her. She was enigmatic.
I could put
but
her
not
over.
enigmatic.
I could put her over Gus. Sure. Yeah. All right. This poor sap. Moments before disaster, this screenshot here. This is Lester's original wife, who died in the first episode. Can't say she deserved it, but she was definitely antagonizing Lester, and she just made him snap. And just from then on, no good for that guy.
Yeah, she definitely played some role in making Lester into the sociopath that he became, just in that he certainly seemed to feel that his entire relationship with her had become her belittling him and just viewing him as a little worm that just bothered her, and it just came to a point where he couldn't handle it. And so for that, I'd say, I don't know, she was a memorable character, to be sure, even if she was short but sweet. But that might just be a testament to Lester.
Yeah.
C tier somewhere.
I'd say C. Yeah, I mean, don't know everything about their relationship, but like before Lester killed her, it seemed like she didn't have that much cause to just be like that terrible of a wife to him. And
she was a little unnecessarily cruel to him.
Definitely. Man was just trying to do a good deed and fix the washer machine for him. The washing machine. Tough to figure out where to put it. I'd probably put it pretty low.
Yeah, sure.
I'd probably put her. Put her right between these guys.
Sure. Why not? I was looking at that region anyway.
Yeah, this is like the lowest, and then these guys are pretty close. But I'll just split her up. All right, now we got this fucking asshole.
Orphan in a box.
I'll put him right there.
Have you ever seen an orphan in a box?
Right above ugly ass. Wasn't that bad of a character, in all honesty.
No,
but the man just was an orphan in a box. So how about you shut the fuck up?
Kevin has a truly unreasonable hate for him. It's a little reasonable. He was a typical, normal, kind of spooky, scary gangster. I sure wouldn't want to meet the guy. But his story about being an orphan in a box was just stupid and out of place. And it's a weird thing to be sharing with your enemy. I don't know. The man truly, at no point in the entirety of his existence was he not an orphan in a box.
True. Yeah. Worst character. Second to him. Dr. Harvard, I think his name is. More like Dr. Ugly fucking bitch. Sorry. Sorry, I just get so heated. All right, now we got Betsy Solverson, the OG.
She's an A-tier
she's awesome, yeah.
for me.
Great character, very lovable, very easy to like. Yeah, I'd put it pretty low on A though. I mean, especially against these guys. I mean, I'd honestly put her in B.
If I can give my argument as to why she should be an A, when she, it's a little tough to play the dying shtick and make it sad in a new way, or at least profound in some way. And when she gave that monologue talking about how she doesn't have long in this world, and her father Ted Danson, but the role he plays, he's getting older too, and I guess the real Ted Danson is also getting older, and it was just this really kind of chilling soliloquy about death and about how it's gradually creeping up on all of us and how we have to look out for one another, and it genuinely brought me to tears. I thought it was such a beautiful speech, and just the way she delivered it was so cold and good. I could not put her below A tier in good conscience.
Well, I'm not even sure what speech you're talking about, so I guess it affected us emotionally very differently. I do remember her monologue about her future, about her family, and we get to see the characters from season 1 again. But I'm not exactly sure what specific speech you're talking about. But I'm fine with her in A tier. She did have a great, like you said, they definitely made her cancer very sad, and even though typical kind of story, it did it was nice. And hopefully she didn't actually die like cancer. We still don't even really know. Never really get to see, even though we could probably assume, unfortunately.
Since she's not in season 1.
Unfortunately. Maybe she just got in a car crash. Okay, now we have Mrs. Cannon, Loy's wife. I thought she was a pretty good character. Definitely a very strong woman. But it's kind of like the mob wife, so all of us kind of like Carmela. It's like, you know your husband's just a terrible man and is endangering your children, and yet you're still with him and still have your kids under his roof.
Yeah, I hate to give the continuous rating, like Kevin said, of like Carmela Soprano or Skylar from Breaking Bad.
I gotta defend my girl Skylar. She tried her best to keep the kids out.
No, and that's
Carmela is delusional, but Skylar was not. I think.
No, but what I'm saying with this tradition of women is just that they are the wives of horrible, horrible men. And so their character role is often slightly limited to doing all they can to protect the family and getting angry at the men, and that makes them hated in a lot of ways. But I would say that part of the reason that I want to rate her lower than her awful husband is that worse than, being awful is being boring, and she just doesn't do a whole lot other than get on Loy's case about getting her son home, which makes total sense, but it's not the most interesting.
Yeah, I liked her one scene she had with the two moms, and she brought the Fada kid over, but yeah, she didn't have too many scenes overall. But she seemed like a good mother, whatever. I'd put her in C probably, definitely under Loy in terms of interestingness. But she was well defined, I guess. She was definitely very asserting. I liked when she pulled the shotgun out too against Orphan in a Box guy. Calamita. I know his real name, but I'm gonna call him Orphan in a Box, bitch. Definitely.
I'd say she goes.
Gotta put her above Josto. Anybody's above Josto.
All right.
Except everybody here. Yeah, I'm fine with that spot.
Yeah, that's all right.
Works for me. Okay, now we have this guy, BM's guy.
I'd say this was
with the headphones.
His, Varga's main guy.
Yeah, much more interesting than the Russian or this guy.
The most interesting of them. I loved him.
Yeah, definitely very charismatic.
As another silent, strong type.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was pretty much the fixer. He could do anything. He came in, cleaned up Ray's body. He came in and outsmarted the IRS guy pretty much. And in the meantime, he just listened to music and just was vibing out. I'd probably
real boss character. I'd put him B tier somewhere.
I guess B. Yeah. I'd put him. I don't know.
Hard to say B. Honestly, I think I did enjoy his character more than Loy's.
Yeah. Let's see. Not more than this guy though.
Really, I might be.
Not more than his scene.
I don't know why I want to call him a piss guy or something. That's
piss
just
guy.
He's
just a sad, lonely man.
He has a piss fetish.
He's just pathetic, and that's funny. He's just lonely. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that rating. Next we've got the parole guy from the beginning of season 3, the guy that kicked off the series of unfortunate events.
What happened? Does he die?
Yeah, he died. Remember they dropped the AC on his head at the end of the episode.
Yeah,
but he went and
it was something like that.
Because Ray told him to go get this guy's. Oh, that's my pizza. Wow. Yes, but anyways, I was just saying. Remember, yeah. And then he was in the bathroom at the end, and he was on drugs. I thought he was a pretty good character to kick off the season. Good kind of plot device character, but he was pretty funny.
C, right?
Yeah, I guess not. I put him pretty high C though. He's pretty memorable in my opinion. I liked the one episode he was in. He was on the phone with his sponsor, or his therapist or sponsor, or whatever, on the car, and he was smoking weed. He's like, "You're not getting high, are you?" He's like, "No."
I do vaguely remember it. I think upper middle C.
He got the directions wrong. That was the whole mix-up of the season. Yeah, I'd put him. I guess I'd put him right there under Dr. Senator.
I completely forgot that it was him who killed the cop's dad.
Yeah. Yeah, put him covered in like super glue, I think it was. Something. Crazy death for that guy. Next we have Rye Gerhardt, played by Kieran Culkin. Of course, I love him as Romans from Succession, so I'm biased toward this character, and I honestly want to put him in B. Really liked Rye's one episode. Definitely, I feel like that first episode was his episode, and then he died, and then the show continued with the rest of the characters. But there was a lot of screen time for him in that first episode, I feel like. And I love Kieran Culkin.
Yeah, I think I'd be totally fine with B. I do think he'd be lower B. He was a super fun, chaotic person. He worked not for, but on behalf of the typewriter guy, blackmailing the judge on the belief that the typewriter guy would get him money. So not the greatest gangster. He was very vulnerable to outside suggestions. Not the most intelligent, but certainly very memorable. And he sure did shoot up that cafe and then just up and disappear. So a great introduction to that season.
Yeah. I put him right under Ray and above Mr. Wrench. That's my consensus. That work for you?
Yeah, I guess that's all right. That's a good place.
All right, next we've got Gloria Burgle.
Gloria Burgle?
I don't know. I just really don't care about Gloria, honestly.
She wasn't the most memorable officer for whatever reason.
Yeah, I just didn't.
Character
didn't click with me.
I thought her final scene with Varga was of course like a super memorable, super.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Most unique ending of the season.
Unique.
Very open-ended.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought, especially her whole thing about like she didn't think she existed. Like, what was that
I didn't
about
understand that
at all? I didn't really get that. And of course, she had her episode when she went to LA. It was all her, and I just thought that was pretty boring.
Was that the episode with Mac?
Yeah.
Didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, and I didn't like how she was so resistant to change too. It didn't really make sense why they didn't really explain why she was so resistant. But maybe she was just old timing. Honestly, I'd be fine with putting her in like mid C. I really don't care about Gloria too much. She's like one of the main characters of season 3, but I think she's just.
But I think that's a fine place for her.
Really don't care about her. I'd put her. I don't know. I guess I'd put her. Put her like right here, maybe. Under the boss. Is that fine with you? Definitely higher than Josto, higher than the Kitchen Brothers, I'd say. More interesting for sure than the Kitchen Brothers.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just might vote for her to be just a as long as she's above him, I think I'm okay with it.
Above this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'll put her above this guy too. Definitely more righteous of a cop. Much better cop.
Definitely.
Better character. All right. Cool.
But he was so iconic in season 2 with his mustache.
Yeah. Just a bad. You're in a shit cop, right?
The bear.
Yeah, I really like Bear. I'd put him in an A tier. I'd put him above his brother Dodd.
Bear's definitely A tier.
Yeah, Bear's a great character.
That scene with him killing Dodd's daughter was just
Mm-hmm.
most likely killing Dog's daughter. 95%.
He definitely killed Dog's daughter, no question in my mind.
You were the one that said it's a rule of cinema that if,
I did
if
say
the
that.
murder isn't on screen.
Well, no, they showed her. They did. They actually did. I remember they showed her.
No, they didn't. I specifically went through and watched it again to see. They did not show her being shot and falling to the ground.
Not being shot and falling to the ground, but like they showed her dead, lying on the ground, didn't they?
Nope. No, after you said that, I went back and rewatched it. I'm pretty sure.
I think they did. But anyway, regardless, she definitely died.
She definitely died. I'm not arguing against
And if I said that, that is true. That is a rule. But in this case, she did die. And I'm pretty sure we saw a shot of her lying on the ground bed. But I'm just imagining that. But that definitely happened.
Well, Bear was a great character. Really, really enjoyed watching him being super threatening, super protective. He was nothing but an advocate of the Gerhardt family.
Put him right under Rabbi.
I'd put him above Rabbi.
Above Rabbi?
Yeah.
He
put him right next to Ted Danson on the ice.
He's kind of more awesome, but Rabbi was just so sweet and very sympathetic. You really wanted to root for him. Bear was more awesome. I don't know. Yeah, I'd put him over Rabbi. I'm gonna do that, but under Hank. Ted Danson. All right. Jerry Lundegaard.
Freaking dweeb.
Absolute buffoon over here. I'd say definitely A tier character. High A tier.
Yeah, he just blunders.
He
his way
is
through
the
everything.
original moron.
Yeah.
Original classic Fargo guy, which makes sense since he is Fargo.
Him,
yeah, that's just a random spot. We could put him.
Maybe above Todd. Sorry, no. Ed.
Above.
Yeah, maybe above Ed Blumquist.
Above Ed. I don't know. I feel like I'd put him over this guy. Oops. I don't know. Just because this guy didn't have much of a character. He's just more of a machine. I don't know. Jerry was much more funny. Definitely. I don't know. I could put him right here, but I'm fine with more in the middle as well.
I don't know. Just in general, I enjoyed Bear more than I did him, so I feel like I'd have to place him lower down. Like he was a funny character, but season 2 just blew me away. Season 2 of Fargo really just blew me away. So I have a hard time placing. Like, even though I know he was a great character in the movie, I'd still want to place him just above Ed Blumquist. That's my 2 cents. You can pick somewhere in the middle.
I'd put him over Bear. I'd put him a lot higher probably, but we can put him. You can put him. I'll put him just right under Bear. All right.
Bear.
Bear is cool. Okay, now we have Joey King's character. I forgot her character's name, but
who is this?
That's Gus's daughter.
Oh yeah. I don't know. She was Gus's daughter.
She was cool.
She was cool.
Out of all the 3 kid characters,
she had the most.
I'd say she's.
But,
second favorite.
Second most personality out of the kids.
Yeah, she was cool.
Yeah.
He's the worst. No point of him even existing. I'd put her in. I don't know. I'd probably put her in low
F tier or
F tier.
D tier.
I was gonna say B.
Oh what?
I thought she was pretty well fleshed out, and she had her own personality. You know, she was pretty grown up already. She was able to communicate with her dad and Molly and everything very maturely and.
Still, just as a character, I don't know. I think she was there for the picture of innocence and as something to protect, but. As a character, I just don't know that I could rate her that highly. I'd say low C.
Yeah, I guess I could lean because what's her name? Charlie? No, that's not Charlie. Scotty. Yeah, Scotty. Scotty's definitely high B for me. I'd say.
Yeah, she's a great character.
So yeah, I guess we'd put Joey King's character lower on C. Let's see, but where though?
I'd put her next to him. I don't know.
Next to him?
Mm-hmm. I would.
Put some respect on my girl, man. I'd put her higher. I'd put her. Do I have this guy? You know what? I gotta switch. He's the coolest of them, of Lloyd's guys. I gotta put him. Oh, definitely above Josto. In fact, I put him right there. In fact, I put him right there. And then I put this guy. I put him under this guy. So I'm just doing a little rearranging here.
I don't mind you moving those guys around. That's all good.
And I put her. I guess I'll put her right there.
I think that's a good spot for her.
All right. Yeah, I gotta put this guy high for sure. Okay, now we're getting into. It looks like it's just season 5 from now on, so it must have been recently updated after the new season. Makes sense. So nothing but season 5 characters.
It was.
Yeah, great season. All right, so first
S-tier.
we got Dot S tier. Nah, I would put her S tier. I'd say mid A. I mean,
okay, well,
I've only got eyes for one S tier over here.
Ula Monk is an obvious S tier,
Okay,
but
we can put him later.
She's got to be high A at least.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's a very well written character. I'd put her, yeah, definitely A. Higher than Molly. I'd put her higher than Molly.
At the lowest, I'd put her below Molly.
Below Molly.
But that's at her.
I'd put her right there under Steve Buscemi.
I might advocate
maybe
for her being above Steve.
Yeah, above Steve Buscemi, below Lou.
Yeah, I can get on board with that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good rating.
Yeah, really great character. I love, initially I wasn't really trusting her, but the more we get to learn about her, you really want her to win. And that Roy guy is crazy. Yeah, I liked how they revealed her backstory and everything throughout the season. Forgot her name, but she was a great character as well.
Uber wealthy lady. She owns all the debt.
Yep, I'd also put her in A, honestly. I really liked her, especially towards the end.
I was thinking upper B to A. So.
Yeah, when she started to take Dot into her family and accept her as her own daughter, it was really nice. And of course, that was
a great
boss bitch moment with Roy at the end.
Yeah, no, she did have a ton of really, really good moments.
And her accent's just funny, the way she acts and carries herself.
Ed.
Yeah, I could put her right under Floyd. I'd even probably put her above Floyd.
I could put her one above Floyd, yeah.
All right, sounds good.
That's a good spot for
Keep her under this guy, Otis. All right, now we got
Dot's husband.
Yeah, what's his name? Jared or something? Maybe that's not even true at all. But I feel like that's right. Yeah, I don't remember his name, but funny character, not that serious.
No, like a super unserious character, yet still super, super fun to watch. Just silly. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say almost all of these guys in season 5 are at least B, except for these 3. I'd put the FBI F tier, but yeah, I'd probably put him low B. I'll put him right above Loy under this guy.
That's totally good by me.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Whitcar, I'd say high B. One of the most memorable cops, one of the best, most morally correct cops that you want to root for, especially when he stood up to Gator in that evidence room. Let's see.
You said upper B?
Yeah, I'd probably put him under Gaetano, probably right here above Emmett.
Yeah,
Gaetano.
that's a good spot for him.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, great character. Gator, I'd really hated him at the beginning, but with his arc and everything, and the relationship we find out he has with Dot, and like how he just kind of sees her as an older sister / mother figure, it's very sweet. Yeah, I'd put him in A. I really liked his character by the end. Yeah, I'd definitely say A.
B.
Man had to get completely just blinded to have a character redemption arc, but
if he's going in A, he's got to be the bottom of A.
Yeah, I'd put him pretty low in A, but man, I just felt so bad for him by the end that I was rooting for him, and the whole relationship with him and Dot touched me. So I'd put him I don't know.
But I definitely liked watching Deathy more than him.
True. Yeah, I liked watching Deafy more than him. Yeah.
I think he's upper B.
I guess his arc doesn't
A.
redeem him. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I put him. I guess.
Like even with his arc, it's not like he comes around that much. I mean, he turns on his dad, but
yeah, and still overall he's pretty douchebaggy. So actually, the more I think about it, minusing his arc, I'd put him a little lower on B. Maybe.
Right here.
Yeah, I could put him. We could put him right over.
Or maybe even above her. I don't know.
I'd put it under her. I'd put him above the boss guy. Yeah, just right under her. Still a pretty good character.
Season 5 cop.
Mm-hmm.
Or
What's her name?
One.
Indira, right?
Yeah, I think it's that.
Yeah, she was a great character.
Mm-hmm.
Liked her development. She became private security for the rich lady at the end. She was cool.
I think I definitely... Well... I would arguably put her pretty close to him, if not a bit above.
Yeah, I'd put her above for sure. I'd probably put her... I'd put her above Gaetano. Just one above Gaetano.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way that her arc went with her relationship was pretty satisfying to watch. It was a long time coming, and given her employment status at the end, she made a name for herself, which is good. She wasn't just drowning in debt anymore.
Yep.
Thanks to her husband, her garbage husband.
Yeah. Yep, I already know I'm going to put him. Okay. One of my favorite characters from the series really grew on me very quickly. And from the first episode, just seeing the way he spoke, very interesting speech pattern, and the way he pulled out the yapper like that. And then later we find out he's like some sort of...
Spirit?
Not spirit, but he's definitely been alive for centuries and commits some sort of rituals. And
Him and
Klep go way back.
So S tier.
Definitely S tier.
Above Orietta, above Wealthy Guy, above Hansi, above Peggy, above Margie. Honestly, above Mike.
Yeah. Tough to figure out between him and Lester. I would just probably put him over Lester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm totally good with him taking second place for the show. He was incredible.
Yeah, and that cements Lauren as number one because these guys definitely aren't beating him, and I think we could see that coming. Lauren is probably just the most iconic character from the show. Really great character.
And I think I think some viewers may have been turned off if we got Ula Monk season 1. I think by season 5, people are so used to these strange and wacky characters that he is just so far out there. His manner of speech is so strange and detached from reality that it took time for him to get there. But he was still, incredible. We love him.
A man deserves second place on the Fargo character tier list. Yes. He deserves all the biscuits. Yes.
Bisquick. Bisquick biscuits and Bisquick pancakes.
Yes. All right. Danish Graves. I really liked this character. Initially, I was like, whatever about him, but especially with his death, I was like, wow, he was actually a pretty good character. And I really liked when he his best scene was when he left the that convention with Roy and he like puffed his collar and got into his sick ass car.
That was a really good bit because I don't even think
great scene.
It wasn't even necessarily. It wasn't his idea, but it was all his doing. He went through all the steps to pull it off.
Pulled it off like a G. Yeah, I'd put him in B for sure at least.
Yeah.
Probably put him high on B.
Yeah, upper B, I'd say.
Around
Gaetano, maybe higher, maybe lower, maybe higher.
Maybe put him right under Zelmar, maybe. Slightly above Psy.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. All right. Now we got Scotty, daughter of Dottie, and Blotty.
That's funny. When I think of her personality, was definitely the most enjoyable, but I'm having a hard time thinking of anything that she did that was really just like undaughterly, that would go against what one might expect of like the daughter of the character to do in these circumstances. But I think regardless of whether or not she did anything in that category, she was just really enjoyable and pleasant to have on screen. Just a very sweet person, actor. I don't know.
Yeah. She was just very excited. She seemed like very enthusiastic about everything that was going on, even with her mother kidnapped and everything. It was fun. She dressed up and she was so enthusiastic about all the Halloween stuff. Very, very, very fun character. I liked Scotty a lot. Yeah, initially she threw me off by saying like my daughter's a cross dresser now, but yeah, funny. She had the whole MAGA like machine gun posing. It's funny, but we still love her. Yeah, but I'd put Scotty really lower on B. She didn't have that much of a character, but she really was memorable, I thought. I'd probably put her. I'd put her over. Put her.
A little bit above.
Put her over the Supermarket King, honestly.
Mm.
Didn't care too much about the Supermarket King. His storyline was more memorable.
Sure.
Character. All right, let's fucking scumbag over here.
Scumbag that we love to have on camera. Super interesting to watch.
Complete delusional guy over here. Definitely would put him in A.
A tier.
But very hateable. Yeah. Did not like him. Couldn't wait for him to fall.
Really detestable villain.
Very satisfying to see him in prison at the end, especially knowing he's the sheriff. I don't think the inmates are going to take very kindly to a sheriff in the prison. He might want to get some booty lubricant or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I might put him up near Ted Danson or something. I just really enjoyed his character. I know he's detestable.
They're detestable. Yeah, I mean, I'd put him over this guy for sure.
Yeah.
At least.
Maybe under Molly. I
don't know. Put him under Molly. Queen Molly doesn't get overthrown by this jerk. All right, and these last three, I'm gonna put him in F for sure. I mean, easy F. Useless hunk of meat.
He's better than the orphan in a box.
Okay, I'll put him under orphan in a box. Definitely not better than this guy though. And I did not really care for the FBI agents either. I'm not gonna put him in F, but I'd put him in D.
Yeah, when they were introduced, I thought they might go in a different direction, but as it went on, I thought it was just a very standard FBI arc, where once again they don't care about the people; they care about the ultimate arrests and getting results back. So they kind of failed my expectations, and for that, I don't know. I'd still put him. I'd put him closer to the top of D, if not bottom of C. I'd even put him above the ghost guy.
I just couldn't take them serious. They just both looked goofy and not imposing FBI agents.
But they did. Well, no, it wasn't even necessarily them, because it was really wealthy lady that brought in the absolute cavalry and had 10 groups of super soldiers attacking the Tillman Ranch. Yeah. So I don't know. They can go in D. That's fine. I'll put them a little higher in D though.
Yeah, I guess I'll put him higher.
Put him above.
This guy's concept is funnier, but as a character, I guess he's not that important. I guess I'll put him right above the Sons.
Okay.
From like here on, it's like non-character territory, so they go right there. And then here is Roy's current wife, who's jealous of Dawn, and obviously she was also in an abusive relationship. Maybe C, low C.
Yep.
He was a bit more memorable. It's kind of interesting seeing how she was in that state of mind and trying to. She's like jealous of Dot, even though
Super jealous of Dot, which was fascinating as a character. I don't know. I might put her a little closer to like the tax collector. I think I enjoyed seeing her on screen more than the assistant cop in season 3.
Yeah, I'll put her right under the dad from the movie.
Sure.
And wow,
we did it!
With that, y'all, that is a whole tier list.
I might just on
we
the
can do
bottom
final
of it,
reorganizations if we need to, but
I feel like I'd put these two in front of the unknowns. Do we know who this guy? Who is this guy?
yeah, that's VM's guy.
He's just sort of lame.
He was posing as a cop, remember, and Nikki was locked up in handcuffs in a jail cell, and he like came by with a syringe. He was trying to drug her or something. It was weird. It felt rapey.
Well, that's the only slide I wanted to make. I wanted to put the orphan in a box and the useless golf husband behind the above the unknown people, because they were characters, they were memorable, and the doctor was like worse than if he wasn't memorable. He's just like awful.
Yeah, what an idiot. I don't even care about his ethics. Just look at him. God, get him off my screen. Yeah, don't know who any of these guys are. If anyone knows, let us know in the comments below. We'll have to rewatch the show, I guess, but it's like all 4 of them look familiar, and yet I don't know who they are. Especially this guy. Really would like to know who this is.
All right, we did it.
Yeah, so this is our final list. You can pause
Watch
and
Fargo.
and take a big look.
Hopefully before
That's it.
seeing this, but definitely after. If you decided to watch this first, go watch Fargo. It's a really great show and movie.
If you're saying, wow, all these characters look really unique and interesting, I'd say, yep, you should watch that show and the movie.
Fargo number 1.
And thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
And that is my outro, and I don't say anything else.
Evil Broccoli 312. Subscribe.